the Democratic Socialists of America. That's David Dinkins.
Here is Zohran Mamdani talking about some of his policies.
A lot of what our campaign is portrayed as is if there is no precedent for it. Think about democratic socialism. I am a democratic socialist. I also wouldn't be the first democratic socialist mayor. We've had a number. And we've even had a mayor who was a member of the Democratic Socialists of America. That's David Dinkins, not just a few decades ago. And people ask me, how can this interact with New York City being the home of global finance? And I say my focus as a democratic socialist is ensuring that every New Yorker lives a dignified life. That is my responsibility, to ensure that what you need, what is necessary for you, is something that you're not priced out of. I believe that the city should provide universal child care.
It's my first week back. I'm not going to say all the things. David Dinkins.
We want you to say all the things.
David Dinkins was mayor of New York City when I lived in Long Island, and my great-grandparents and grandparents and many cousins all lived in New York City, and we'd go there every weekend. And he turned that place into an abject, drug-infested hellhole that a guy by the name of Rudy Giuliani cleaned up. We all know the story there. But I really want to focus, put aside the policies. Everyone watching this gets that the policies are ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Can you guys talk to the fake affect that he's using, the whisper and that NPR thing? Because there's something else. We all get the bad policies. There's something else going on with the way they've packaged him. They took sort of a quasi-jihadist, lefty, socialist, whatever you want to call him, and they filtered him and they play lo-fi music in the background, and he whispers like an NPR freak. And somehow, what do you guys are younger than me, what do you think that's doing to the internet generation? Charly, you first, since you're going to have to live through it.
Yeah. Ha ha. First of all, please, I'm still not convinced that this is going to be the future. I think if people are smart enough and Trump gets in and does his thing, like we spoke about earlier, I do believe there's still hope for New York City. And I also know that there's enough powerful people who are still rallying together to try to create a very positive force that drives us into November. So we'll see. I don't know. I mean, it kind of reminds me of, have you ever seen, and I mean, it could be similar to what we just saw with Stephen Colbert. There are certain TV shows that, when you plug in the laughter, you at home, when you hear other people laugh, it makes you want to laugh. It makes you smile. So then your memories of watching the show are ones of, oh, I was laughing and I was smiling during the show. If they weren't to have people forced laughing during the show, your reactions and like your inner dialogue and how you felt would also be changed. I also feel like when you watch TV shows back, they plug in music at very specific places. If they were to take the music out and we were just to have the characters sitting with themselves and speaking and there was no music, or even like on social media, take a reel and take the music out of the background and just have the, action taking place as it was, it has a totally different feel, a totally different effect on you. And I think that's what they're doing. Like, they're finding ways to make him appeal to your inner senses, to your emotions, and they're finding ways that aren't actually natural to him, but superficial ways in order to get you to relate to a guy like him. So they're doing a pretty good job. I mean, getting a pretty charismatic guy like himself who has seemingly progressive ideas, even though we know that they're just like repackaged, like horrible ideas. Like Bill de Blasio just endorsed this guy. So it's there's a lot going on, but the way he's being packaged, the way he's being presented is smart.